Hello, NWOBHM here. Today we're going to talk about Seventh Son and their demo and singles anthology, which has just been recently released. Now, Seventh Son hail from Barnsley, which is a couple of 3 junctions down the M1 motorway from me. So we're all good old Yorkshire folk here, and there's no wrong with that, is there? Of course not. And going back all the way to 1980, 2 brothers, Kev and Bry O'Shaughnessy, formed Seventh Son and set off, as many others were doing at the time, to make their mark in the good old emerging new wave of British heavy metal. Just like another band from Barnsley were doing. See if you can guess who they were. You know who it is, so I'm not going to tell you. You can guess. Starts with an S. There we are. Little clue. But back to Seventh Son. The usual hard work around the local area, they put in plenty of that. Built a following. The single appeared in 1982. And this anthology of Seventh Son's various singles and demos spans the years 1982 to 1990, being released by the always excellent Obscure NWOBHM Releases label, who continue to find these bands that flew under the radar a little bit, don't they, and put out stuff like this. And on this collection, there's a demo from 1983 which hasn't previously been released. Oh, before I can continue, a little quick favour if I can, and that's if you wouldn't mind please subscribing to the channel, because that'd be a big help and appreciated. So click the subscribe button if you wouldn't mind please. Now, I've got my hands on a copy of the CD via band member Bry O'Shaughnessy. Got in touch about it. We went backwards and forwards, and he arranged for me to. I bought a copy of this anthology directly from the band's website with Bry's help, and it's all good stuff. I tell you, it's all good stuff indeed. From a band which, okay, they didn't hit the big time like that other Barnsley band did, but you can't fault the enthusiasm over the years, which has never diminished, and they remain active today. So you can't keep us Yorkshire folk down, can you? Ha ha. Anyway, music. What's the music like? Starts off with Seventh Son's debut single from 1982, "Man on the Street," coupled with "Immortal Hours." Straight ahead, thumping new wave of British heavy metal style stuff. There's no mucking about, and it's quite catchy as well. Next up is that previously unreleased demo from 1983. There's half a dozen songs on this, which includes "Man in the Street," and now this shows that Seventh Son were developing their own style and approach, and stretching out a little bit as regards songwriting goes. What have we got? We've got the Rising, which is a nice, fast cutting riff, and it romps along, but there's no mucking about. It's short, concise. As does Dark They Were, another big tasty riff there, thumping bass line. Out in the Cold, Killing Yourself to Live, and Alive by Night. There's certainly no back numbers. The demo sessions, all solid, enjoyable rockers with that new wave of British heavy metal flavour. Another single appeared in 1984, the superbly and slightly tongue-in-cheek Metal to the Moon, hugely catchy, and B-side of Sound and Fury is full of both of those things. Then we skip forward to 1987, the excellent Northern Boots single. Now, I think this one's marvellous. It's a sort of a half cover of that old Boots Are Made for Walking song. You know that one, the old Nancy Sinatra song, surely. So it's kind of like a half cover of that, but merged with a massively bluesy, funked, rocked up insertion of northern humour, and some with alternative lyrics and some scorching guitar work. And I think that's fantastic. Next up, we've got a 4-track EP from 1988. What More Do You Want? Sister Strange, Bitter Ashes, and Give Me Everything Tonight. Now, I found this interesting quartet of songs, because it sees Seventh Son, I thought, moving towards a different approach, a sort of a, how can I try and describe it? Aggressive, fast, sort of like power pop, with some really catchy elements and more of that tasty guitar work. It grew on me. It didn't really click with me at first, but it has done since. And the only slight gripe for me is the Bitter Ashes is acoustically based, and it comes across as a bit of an outlier considering the band's usual style. But that, in my opinion, it's only a minor thing. And then to complete this anthology, we've got a single from 1990, Factory Girls. This is a fun one too, nice big chorus. And the B-side, Last Band in Town, and I could imagine this one going down really well as a closer to a live set. And so, as I said, this anthology of Seventh Son's earlier stuff, most worthy of its place in new wave of British heavy metal history, from a band who never gave up. And you know, you've got to give them full marks for that, haven't you? And you know, they do remain active to this day. And over the years since the period covered by this anthology, they've released new stuff along the way, available from the band's website, where I got this anthology from. So nip along there and see if you fancy snapping anything up. I'll put a link to Seventh Son's website underneath in the description. So that is Seventh Son's demo and singles anthology. Good stuff. Good old, you know, new wave of British heavy metal. Please do subscribe to the channel before you go, because that would be marvellous and a big help. And as always, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and take care.